A report out this morning says Google
is the possible target of an antitrust investigation.
In 2012, the Obama-era Federal Trade Commission investigated Google over allegations the tech company favored its own products in search results compared to its competitors. The FTC chose not to take action against Google, citing changes that were made to alleviate the problem and that Google did not unfairly harm competitors.
But now, in 312 pages of never publicly released documents, POLITICO obtained evidence that the FTC found Google did harm competitors in a variety of ways.
Here's what those documents reveal. On page 26 of the documents, we learn that Google reprogrammed its search algorithm in 2007. This allowed Google's products to occupy the top spot in search results, leaving products from competitors like Yelp and Amazon lower on the results page. Publicly, Amazon and Facebook didn't say anything on the investigation into Google. But these documents show that both companies privately complained to the FTC about Google's conduct. Both stated that Google harmed their business through search bias and advertising restrictions. Back in 2012, technology was much less advanced compared to the technology of today. Companies like Google and Facebook commonly use targeted advertising as their primary strategy for growing revenue. But in the documents, FTC investigators and lawyers made assumptions about the future of advertising and mobile technology,
stating that targeted advertising had limited potential for growth, even though they had evidence that showed otherwise.
And even though the FTC had previously written reports about the growing importance of mobile and targeted advertising. While conducting the probe, FTC economists consulted with third-party measurement company to gather search results and site traffic data. Yelp provided its own evidence to show that 92% of site visits came from Google search results. But the FTC ignored Yelp's evidence and relied on third-party data for the probe, even though Google's own executives said they considered that firm's data unreliable. The third-party data concluded that Google only controlled 2/3 of the market, while Bing and Yahoo controlled the rest. This severely underestimated Google's share of the market.
Perhaps the biggest kicker of all is several major players in the FTC investigation are now working for or representing big tech companies, including Google.
In fact, 3 commissioners who voted on the probe now work for or advise big tech companies. And the lead antitrust staffer? She's now an in-house counsel for Facebook. So why is this important? These documents reveal the implications for the kind of appointees President Joe Biden needs to name to the FTC. And it also complicates the task for the Justice Department as it pushes forward with its antitrust suit against Google.